So just by the way, in parenthesis, just to point out, which I think we had discussed in the past, it's a very important element of the rationale, if you like, of our faith. How do we know the Torah is true? So the simple answer is because the revelation of God was witnessed by millions and passed down in an uninterrupted chain to this very day. It's impossible for an individual to come up with a scenario that millions of people saw this and then tell it to the next to the next generation, because immediately the second generation gets the document that we saw this. You can't manufacture millions saw this, and therefore no other faiths begin that way. You'll begin with God spoke to me. That's it. Whether it was Muhammad or you know who, or you know who, or you don't know who. So they claim that, well, you don't want to know who. They claim that God revealed themselves to them, and they're very charismatic, and they convince a small group, convinces a larger group, and then usually by force, and politically, mostly by force, or bribery in some way, coercion in some way. They convince a group, and then it becomes a world religion, but it all rests on one person's veracity. And Judaism doesn't. It begins with the testimony of millions as recorded in the book and passed down uninterruptedly. So the second generation gets from their parents, we were there, here. And like anything, as we pointed out in the past, all of history, we believe in history because people witnessed it. And that's the historical record. But nobody witnessed an event so many at one time like this. It's like the one event that has the most diverse group of people that witnessed it, that rebelled often against the law, etc. But nobody could say it didn't happen. The record itself, the Torah tells us that this was a tough group. This was not a group that you could just convince of anything you wanted. And so they argued all the time, as we pointed out. Jews argued and criticized. One thing they couldn't say was there was no revelation.